NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now the return man. This is Benny Cunningham. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
You see it? You see it?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Well, they wasted no time taking a shot down the field. He was letting it fly in the very first play from scrimmage. And this was excellent coverage down there. And they'll come away with an early takeaway. And I mean an early takeaway.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Connor, of course, missed the final month of the season with that ankle injury, and too bad because before that he was well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, but he finished with 973.
And he's definitely more than adequate in place of Le'Veon Bell because he caught the ball out of the backfield too. 55 catches, 13 total touchdowns. James Conner showed in preseason that he could play and carried it throughout the regular season as well.
Try to run it. This is Conner. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And you don't see the fake field goal often. Here it works for a touchdown.
And sometimes you see it called in the biggest stages. How about a couple of years ago, Packers-Seahawks, and the Seahawks trying to rally? Fake field goal helped them win it and go to the Super Bowl.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cunningham now to return. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. For the Chicago Bears, Charles, it's kind of the dust settles on this season. How do you think that they will remember it? Because right now, the fresh wound is there with the missed field goal. We get that. But it's a pretty good season they just had.
It certainly has been. Remember, they were last in the NFC North in 2018. They won the division in 2019, their first NFC North title since 2010. They acquired Khalil Mack to begin the year. And remember, they had a heartbreaking loss at Green Bay on a Sunday night to open the season, a lot of teams would have gone south after that. Instead, they went 7-1 at home, won 9 of 10 to close the year. They're going to be heard from in the seasons to come.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
180.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Tackle made there by Cody Sensabaugh.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Got a second here to assess Pittsburgh's last season as their offense comes onto the field. You know, for most of the folks that are fans of the Steel City, they're probably saying, wow, this was tough. But, hey, they were 9-6-1. The thing is, expectations there are playoffs every year.
You're right. And to show that, they haven't been under 500 since 2003. It's a very consistent franchise. But remember how the season began. Le'Veon Bell once again holding out. They expected him to show up and play. That didn't happen. Then at the end of the year, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to happen there?
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sean Davis with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Trubisky to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cameron Hayward in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They go play action with Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Boy, C.D. Mack, just from day one, he's looked so good in a Bears uniform, literally and figuratively. And some Raiders fans watching this saying, oh, I wish we had him on our team.
Yeah, just about every Raiders fan saying, he looked a lot better in silver and black. Why don't we still have him? But in Chicago, immediately comfortable, fit right into their defensive scheme. They said, go get the passer, and that's exactly what he's done. Leonard Floyd, another first-round pick coming from the other side. He has really helped Chicago get off to a great start, and they love how he disrupts teams' offenses.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up.
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 32 that time. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown from 4 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, a reminder to everyone out there, coming up soon, the NFL Club Championship event. Now, there are a handful of those club events that haven't been determined yet, but eventually there will be a representative from each of the 32 NFL teams. It's about $700,000 worth of prize money, and it's all going to take place live on Twitch every day at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, starting January 30th and running through February 2nd. Don't miss it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trubisky will throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They pitch out to Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Put up, 180.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
We got three deal. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
Set. Blue 30.
Connor. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Show that bench release and go. Good job, guys. 59 right. Check.
Now it's Connor. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's going deep for Brown. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Here's Roethlisberger. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams.
And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Here's Conner. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Conner. And a short gain down to about the 33. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go.
On third down, that's Conner. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Back to throw Dobbs. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. With that ball hitting the ground, let's take a spin around the league real quick. Last week we discussed the head coaching vacancies. There were 8 of them. Well, a lot of those places have already found new coaches, Charles. Some old faces in new places. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Adam Gase staying in the AFC East, jumping from Miami to the Jets. And how about some of the new fellas?
Yeah, how about Cliff Kingsbury? He went to USC to be the offensive coordinator after losing his job at Texas Tech. Ends up being the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Freddie Kitchens gets the job in Cleveland, gets the promotion. Vic Fangio finally getting his shot to be a head coach. He's going to Denver. And Matt LaFleur, he's going to work with Aaron Rodgers in Green.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 46 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And this one is incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Trubisky to throw again. And that will be incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. He gets it to Brown, complete. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Toss play, Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Jack 16. 8.
Now it's Roethlisberger fighting to stay up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and man.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 3 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go.
And, my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2000.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Again, it's Howard. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Out left to Shaheen. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They go play action. Trubisky. And my goodness, and I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you right now, on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the race for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the right flag, they forfeiting it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I'm gonna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with this man of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossible. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback, niggas on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff him down, get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. Back ends, wipe my sins, wipe my sins.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Chargers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And we are underway in Southern California. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. And incomplete to open things up.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
12.
On 3rd down, Rivers sliding out of the pocket. And it's complete. Henry. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. His throw incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there, knocking it away, and preventing that first touchdown.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves them much closer to the goal line now for third down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they held them out on second down, and now here's third and goal. To throw is Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Rivers. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Now Trubisky back into his end zone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Now Gordon. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You see it? You see it?
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, Trubisky rolling to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. A give to Howard. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They go counter with Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Brandon Mebane in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. Looking deep downfield. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, 40 yards. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Chargers offense returns to the field. And earlier, Charles, you and I were talking about Phillip Rivers and his season and his age and all of that. But if you look at the Chargers season, yes, they fell short against the Patriots, but they had a pretty good year.
To put it mildly, I mean, can you imagine finishing 12-4? And not only did they not win their division championship, they ended up being seeded number 5 in the playoffs and had to go on the road twice. Won at Baltimore, lost in the...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Khalil Mack in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Rivers to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play on 3rd down for the Chargers. 58 yards. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cunningham now to return. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Desmond King making the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
On third down, Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
First down, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that they did not like their kicker.
Well, it shows right now that they didn't like their kicker. Why didn't they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead?
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go through the air, and what a stunning turn of events. Cunningham now to return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Desmond King picks it, and he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers on the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Final play of the half, Rivers. Hard throw, incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Of being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Finding Gabriel, complete. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Trubisky draw play, gives to Howard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They go with Howard again, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
And normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 38. To throw, Rivers. He's going to fire. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. With those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Cunningham now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant, that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when
and Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Brandon Mebane in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Two guys who have done this for years. Rivers to Gates, 51 yards. Rivers now to throw on first down. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The tight end Gates, the intended target. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Following the interception here, Rivers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hurry up!
Throwing again. Rivers on second and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. To throw is Rivers. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now a play fake here on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10.
Ready! 390!
Throwing here, Rivers. And now here is another interception. Deion Bush with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Parkey with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Eckler to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Rivers here to throw. That escapes the sack. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They were trying to go back to Allen there. And it's 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Here's Rivers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them